Coug and a Zag are heading to the NBA. We explain the last-minute unexpected picks.
And two big outdoor events across the inland Northwest this weekend. I'll let you know what to expect in your First Alert forecast.
And Spokane is turning into Hoop Town, USA. We'll get you prepared for Hoop Fest. You're watching 4 News Now, Nightside. We'll start with some breaking news here tonight out of Colfax. Good evening, I'm Jordan Smith. Aaron Luna has the night off.
I'm Kirsten O'Connor. A person was killed in a motorcycle crash tonight. It happened right around State Route 195, just 3 miles south of Colfax. The entire roadway is blocked, and Washington State Patrol is on scene. They're investigating. This is, of course, still a developing scene, and we will let you know more on KXLY.com. Well, tonight was very exciting. The NBA draft finally wrapped up. A number of players from the Inland Northwest are taking the next steps in their basketball careers. Really a dream come true for a lot of them, including a Gonzaga fan favorite.
And our Julian Strother was, Gonzaga's Julian Strother. He's our Julian Strother. Was selected number 29 overall by the Denver Nuggets, and that's where Julian Minnesone joins us here to talk about how Strother fits in with my defending champs.
Yeah, I know you were pretty excited.
I was very excited.
About that. The champs just got a whole lot better. Now, this was unexpected because Strother was a projected second-round pick, but he went in the first round. So the Nuggets must have really liked what they saw out of Julian Strother when he was playing at Gonzaga to pick him earlier than expected. Strother, well, he was a shooter at Gonzaga, and he provides a much-needed space for shooting for the Denver Nuggets. He was Gonzaga's best shooter from three-point range, going 41% from beyond the arc. He was also an all-WCC first-team selection and was a finalist for the Julius Erving Award. That's given to the best small forward in the entire nation. So for the 3rd straight year, a Zag now has been picked in the first round of the NBA draft, which just continues the tradition of excellence that they have with Mark Few and company. There was also a Washington State player drafted tonight. That was an exciting pick. We'll have that coming up later in sports.
Well, we're all looking forward to it. And hey, if you're not going to the NBA, you still have a chance to shine at Hoop Fest downtown Spokane, preparing for Hoop Fest weekends, rather. All-day crews have been hard at work, getting ready to welcome thousands into Spokane. And a site director says there's a few key things you need to know before you arrive this weekend.
Come on down, get your team packet, check out the vendors, check out the site. When we close streets Friday night at 7 p.m., hopefully your car's not parked on one of our streets because it will get towed.
Check-in is continuing tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. in Central Plaza. Downtown streets will be closed starting 6:30 p.m. on Friday. For your complete Hoop Fest guide, you can read or head over to our website at KXLY.com. Well, while Spokane will be busy with Hoop Fest, Coeur d'Alene will be packed for Ironman, which is also happening this weekend. Athletes are going to be put through physical and mental war in the triathlon race.
It's a good reminder that we should all know how to do CPR. Athletes will be pushed to their limits as they swim, run, and bike. And there's always potential for something to go wrong health-wise. That's why nurse Stan Foster says everyone should know how to do CPR. Knowing how to do it correctly is key.
Put both hands on the patient's chest, but just above their sternum, and you push. And a lot of people think they're pushing hard enough, and they're not. You have to push really hard. You have to compress the chest 2 inches so you can get good circulation.
Foster says the emergency department has seen a couple of recent patients who need CPR, and they survived. Both Hoop Fest and Ironman are this weekend, as Jordan mentioned. We have a lot of big crowds coming outside to our area. Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker is here with a look at our First Alert forecast.
Well, and all the preparation for both events is underway, and what a beautiful day to be out there putting up barricades and hoops and setting the course. Blue skies, sunshine, some pretty alto cumulus clouds. It's going to be even sunnier and warmer tomorrow. Our high temperatures today, boy, this actually would have been a beautiful day to be having a last-minute basketball practice or getting a few miles in. It was 80 today in 9 Mile, 75 in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, 75 also in Hayden and Post Falls. We are going to be warmer tomorrow, and these temperatures will be very similar to what we're going to see through the weekend. 82 at Spokane International Airport, 80 in Coeur d'Alene. I just want to show you you that if we have a forecast high for 82, that is an airport temperature. You bring that into downtown Spokane, it's going to be at least 3 degrees warmer, and that is in the shade over a grassy surface. You take that number then onto the blacktop in the sunshine amongst the buildings, and it is going to feel a lot warmer. Meanwhile, let's take a look at our satellite and radar. It is mostly clear across the region right now. We do have a few isolated showers today in the Cascades, but otherwise it is clear across the inland northwest. Your Ironman forecast, 81 degrees on Saturday, 82 on Sunday, with mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies on race day. That might actually be welcome to have some passing clouds. I'll be back with your Friday forecast and have a look at the 7-day in just a few minutes. Kirsten?
Thank you, Chris. Well, Saturday will mark 1 year since the overturning of Roe v. Wade. In Idaho, abortion is illegal with only 2 exceptions.
And with these laws restricting how Idaho doctors can care for patients, many have left the state to practice elsewhere. As a result, Bonner General in Sandpoint has stopped all labor and delivery services. As the community works to navigate Idaho post-Roe, one woman has started a project sharing the stories of how Idaho's abortion laws affect women in Sandpoint. The Pro-Voice Project's executive director says that by utilizing storytelling and by uniting as a community, she hopes to make a difference in Idaho's abortion laws.
If we can tell these stories and help people to generate the breadth of imagination to embrace all these experiences, I think that's really helpful in the conversation around this. And I think that will bleed into how people vote, how our legislators legislate.
The Pro-Choice Project works closely with midwives, therapists, and even former obstetricians to tell the stories of those affected by the Dobbs decision. You can learn more on our website, KXLY.com. Well, prosecutors say they will not seek the death penalty for the man accused of killing 4 people in their home in Kellogg.
Major John Kaler is accused of killing Kenna and Kenneth Gardapi and teenagers Devin and Aiken Smith. Prosecutors say Kaler shot the victims at point-blank range and admitted that he, quote, snapped. He and his wife told police Devin Smith had exposed himself to the couple's daughters in the weeks before. By eliminating the possibility of the death penalty, Shoshone County does not need to find death penalty qualified public defenders. Kaler's next court appearance is scheduled for July 3rd.
A student at Whitworth University is suing the university, saying it should have done more to protect student and staff personal information and should pay for a ransomware data breach that happened last year. That lawsuit references a ransomware attack last July. The university was hacked and put the personal information of thousands of people at risk. According to the lawsuit, a student named Patrick Loyola was one of those who was affected. He says he has had to spend time monitoring his credit and has suffered increased anxiety for the loss of privacy and anxiety about the potential abuse of the information. This class action lawsuit, which those impacted by the breach could join, claims that Whitworth was negligent, breached an agreement to protect the information, and violated the Washington Consumer Protection Act.
A Spokane County Corrections officer was arrested for allegedly having inappropriate sexual contact with a female inmate. Detectives arrested 32-year-old Drew Seifert this morning, who was already placed on administrative leave. The sheriff's office says the female inmate originally denied that any inappropriate contact or relationship was happening with Seifert, but admitted to it as evidence was presented. Around the nation tonight, just a tragic update in that search for the missing deep sea sub that set off to tour the Titanic wreckage at the bottom of the ocean. Today, the U.S. Coast Guard sharing that debris consistent with a catastrophic implosion was discovered on the seafloor near the Titanic.
And the deep sea expedition company OceanGate sharing that all 5 on board are presumed dead. And this as the search for more debris continues here tonight. ABC's Melissa Adon has the latest.
After 4 days of scouring the seas, the 5 men lost aboard a submersible, presumed dead. A Canadian remotely operated vehicle discovering the nose cone of the Titan and 4 other major pieces of debris on the sea floor, about a third of a mile from the wreckage site of the Titanic.
The debris is consistent with a catastrophic implosion.
A senior U.S. Navy official telling ABC News that on Sunday, an underwater acoustic detection system heard what was likely the implosion of the Titan, but a decision was made to continue the search and rescue mission. Oceanographer Robert Ballard located the Titanic wreckage in 1985 and knew some of the victims.
Once the data we heard that they were experiencing trouble, they were on their descent, and then when the tracking system went out and everything went out, the only way you could explain it was a catastrophic implosion.
On board, British billionaire and explorer Hamish Harding, businessman Shahzada Daoud and his 19-year-old son Solomon, P.H. Narjoulé, a renowned Titanic expert, and Stockton Rush, the CEO of OceanGate.
I'd like to be remembered as an innovator.
James Cameron, director of the Oscar-winning film Titanic, calls this incident a preventable tragedy.
This OceanGate sub had sensors on the inside of the hull to give them a warning when it was starting to crack. And I think if that's your idea of safety, then you're doing it wrong.
A former OceanGate employee in a 2018 court filing says he warned the company that flaws in the carbon could grow with each dive under such pressure, risking lives. The dispute was settled out of court. More than a century after the Titanic's doomed voyage, 5 souls now resting in those same waters. Melissa Adan, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Well, still to come here on 4 News Now Nightside, the FTC is suing Amazon, alleging the company tricks people to sign up for Prime.
What it means for your Amazon subscription, if you already have one. Plus, big changes for TikTok, what the company is promising the U.S., and the changes shaking up the company. That's coming up on Nightside.
If you miss this show tonight, it's going to be bad for both of us. We're working on a new Lando project for Disney Plus right now.
Am I?
No. I just
telling all my business.
I made that up to see what was going on, but
4 News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
4 News Now is brought to you by Colville Toyota.
Your Broadway wish is granted at Disney's Aladdin. Audiences and critics agree Aladdin is fabulous and extravagant. With unforgettable music and sensational dance numbers, it's exactly what you wish for. Get your tickets today and see for yourself the breathtaking spectacle that only Disney can deliver.
June 27th through July 2nd at First Interstate Center for the Arts. Visit BroadwaySpokane.com.
pop the champagne, humanity. We've done it.
Celebrate your night with big winners, shocking thrills, and living legends.
No, I've always thought of you as Dave Jr.
Every hair on my body is standing up right now.
Jimmy Kimmel Live, weeknights on ABC.
Global Credit Union got its start right here at Fairchild Air Force Base and now has branches worldwide. We're proud to honor our military members by wearing red on Fridays.
Red stands for Remember Everyone Deployed, and 4 News Now is joining Global by inviting you to wear red on Fridays too.
Show your support for the men and women of our armed forces. Tell them and their families thank you for your service and for protecting our future.
Stop by any Global branch and pick up the red pin.
And then remember to wear red every Friday from now until September 11th.
Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups, or get $4,250 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
4 News Now is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort Hotel.
Thanks for staying up with us on Nightside. The Federal Trade Commission is suing Amazon for what they describe as tricking millions of customers into signing up for Amazon Prime.
And for having a cancellation process that the FTC compares to a labyrinth. The lawsuit filed in a federal court in Seattle also alleges Amazon buried key details about recurring billing and fine print, taking aim at its use of so-called dark patterns.
For example, it could be a ticking time clock that you see at the top of your screen when you're going to buy an event ticket that makes you want to rush through the process before you have a chance to read all the fine print.
In a statement, Amazon called the claims, quote, false on the facts and law. The FTC in March proposed new rules to make it easier to cancel free trials and unwanted subscriptions, ranging from cable services to gym memberships. Until any new rules are in place, consumers should keep close tabs on their signups.
TikTok has admitted to U.S. lawmakers that some U.S. users' personal information may be stored in China. That would put the information outside the protections in place for other types of U.S. user data. TikTok made the disclosure in a document to senators who had previously accused the social media giant of misleading Congress about its handlings of Americans' personal information. Amid mounting scrutiny, TikTok has said that it is starting a program to store data from American users on cloud servers managed by U.S. tech. TikTok CEO said that the program includes strict protocols limiting access to the data to U.S. organizations. A consumer alert for you here tonight. More than 7 million Baby Shark toys are being recalled for risk of serious injury to children. The full and mini-sized versions of the Robo-Alive Junior Baby Shark Sing and Swim bath toys have been flagged by the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission. The agency says the hard plastic top fin can seriously puncture or cut a child. Consumers should stop immediately using the toys. The manufacturer says it received 12 reports of children falling or sitting on the toys, 9 of which required stitches or other medical attention. The Grant County Sheriff had a chance to thank a woman for saving a child's life. The sheriff presented a life-saving award to Shalon Koshno, shown here with her daughter. She performed CPR on a child that was near drowning at Soap Lake RV Park last summer. The child has gone on to make a full recovery. And Koshno was staying at the resort and had gone into the office while she was there. A UPS driver who had been in the area brought in a child that he had pulled from the pool, and the two traded off doing CPR and checking the child's vital signs while they waited for paramedics to arrive. 4 News Now spoke to Koshno right after it happened.
God, she started breathing again. She wasn't fully conscious, but she was breathing. She was completely blue when she came in. I just broke down. I cried and I hugged the mom, and I was like, I'm so thankful. Like, she's breathing, she's doing good.
Koshna told us that she had no formal medical training, but had seen CPR on TV. A great story there.
That is a great story. I didn't mean to interrupt you on that, Jordan. Forgive me. I was excited to tell you about the forecast. 4 things to know. Sunny and warmer weather for Friday with light winds. We'll be in the 80s. Low 80s for Hoop Fest and Ironman, and will stay dry through Monday. The possibility of some showers as we get into Tuesday. Our Friday planner heading up to a high of 82. 75 is our average high with mostly sunny skies all day. We're starting the day off in the lower 50s, a little bit warmer than it has been the past few nights. I'll go through our forecast radar quickly because there's not a lot to show you. We are going to be staying dry overnight. Few clouds drifting up into the southern panhandle as moisture is streaming up from the south. Instability in the afternoon will produce a few cumulus clouds over the mountains, perhaps a stray shower over the east slopes of the northern Cascades, but we are dry and sunny and having a beautiful weekend across the inland northwest. Temperatures for lows tonight, 51 in Spokane. We'll drop into the 40s in Coeur d'Alene, St. Mary's, and Pullman. 44 in Colville, one of the cooler spots on the map. 49 in Bonners Ferry. Tomorrow's highs will be in the 70s and 80s. 82 in Spokane, 80 in Coeur d'Alene, upper 70s for St. Mary's and Kellogg. Your 7-day forecast, we stay dry through Tuesday, but only a 20% chance of showers. Looks like we'll get back into that afternoon and evening shower, possible thunderstorm routine once we're into next week. But in the short term, enjoy some beautiful weather with a lot of fun outdoor things going on this weekend. Jordan?
All right, Chris, thanks so much. The U.S. could have its first RSV vaccine for older Americans by this fall.
An advisory committee for the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention voted in favor of allowing adults 60 and older to get the RSV vaccine. An advisory committee decided this. The CDC still has to make their final decision, though. The agency is looking at 2 vaccines which have already been approved by the FDA. And during Wednesday's meeting, some committee members raised concerns about the price of the shots, as well as the lack of data for people over the age of 75. RSV can cause severe illness for seniors, children, and people with underlying health conditions. A bill that would give the president more power to prepare for the next pandemic is being introduced to Congress Thursday. The new legislation hopes to target issues that came to light during the COVID-19 pandemic, mainly U.S. supply chain issues that caused a frantic scramble for masks, respirators, and other PPE supplies. The bipartisan bill would empower the White House to negotiate trade deals on medical goods and services with America's trusted trade partners. And while the bill doesn't specifically exclude China, it says trusted countries are ones that have demonstrated a commitment to global health security. 4 News Now will be right back.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app. Wildfires can strike at any time. 4 News Now Fire Watch coverage keeps you safe on TV and on the go to protect your family.
Tracking the largest local wildfire.
Stay safe all fire season long on 4 News Now.
So much of life happens at home, which is why your home should be a place of inspiration, designed around great floors you love. Spending time at home on great floors is something to celebrate. Great Floors is offering discounts on select top-quality Mohawk products. Save 10% on Revwood flooring. Revwood Flooring by Mohawk offers stress-free style so you can live life on floors you love. Plus, ask about your 12-month 0% in-house financing. Visit a Great Floors showroom for details and live life on great floors.
I was scared the night you overdosed, but I was prepared. I brought naloxone with me. I learned when to use it. I learned how to use it. And I know you trusted me to use it. I held your hand tight when you woke up because I wanted you to feel safe. Your life is worth saving, friend, and I would save it again if I had to.
With savings this explosive, the 4th of July sale at Furniture Row is resulting in some very interesting reactions.
That's $300 off the dining set and 50% off the sofa.
Yeah.
With $600 off the bedroom and $300 off the mattress, you are saving $900 today.
Whoa. Plus, save $100 on every $1,000 you spend and 5 years, no interest. When you save this much, you'll be seeing fireworks too during the 4th of July sale on now at Furniture Row.
Horizon Credit Union is dedicated to giving back because your path is our purpose. Banking at Horizon does good in the community. Discover the difference. Visit us today at hzcu.org/discover.
4 News Now is brought to you by Craig Swap & Associates.
Our high today, exactly average, 75 degrees. 75 is our average high. We started the day off on the cool side. We've had some 40s this week, but those are coming to an end. I do want to bring your attention to our record of 100. That is the earliest in the season we've ever reached the triple digits in Spokane. It was back in 1973. We have done it several times in recent history in the last week of June, and we'll be talking about that next week. Our sunset these days at 8:52. Here we are just a day after the solstice. Our temperature trend over the next 7 days, we're not going to be exactly average. We're a little bit above. This white line right here is our average high in the mid 70s. We'll be in the lower 80s through the weekend and then start climbing into the mid to upper 80s once we're into the end of next week. Long-range forecast from the Climate Prediction Center keeps above average temperatures in our forecast right on through July 4th and beyond. Precipitation, however, is a little bit of a question mark. It's been back and forth. We're in the gray, which basically means there's no strong signal either way of above or below average precipitation. Here is a gorgeous pick of the night for you from a beloved location. Jim House shared this shot of Palouse Falls on a perfect summer day. The fair weather cumulus clouds just adding to this beautiful scene, and definitely a great time of year to go check out the falls while they are still running strong. Jordan?
Certainly a must-see location. Chris, hey, thanks so much. When we come back here, a pair of Washington State players are NBA bound. How the Cougars fit in with their new teams coming up in sports.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Car Wash Plaza.
Nobody prepared me for how pretty you'd be in person.
I never felt like this with somebody.
My name is Josh Young. I'm the oldest of 3 boys raised by a single mom. And it's why I am who I am today. Charity definitely checks all my boxes. Coming home with the love of my life, that's in the cards for me.
Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries has chairs and recliners to fit every need, including naps. It's the 4th of July sale. For a limited time, save 30% store-wide and get 36 months special financing. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries. Live life comfortably.
What's good about River Ridge Hardware and how we stand out as a neighborhood hardware store, when a customer comes in, it's our opportunity to help them with whatever project they're doing, whether it's painting or building something new. We truly want to help you. What makes Peter's Hardware Store stand out in the neighborhood is it is eclectic type hardware store since 1934. And yes, we're the oldest working hardware store in Spokane. It's really a fun place to visit.
Driving safely is all about the little things, like giving folks a break, even at unmarked crosswalks, making plenty of space for people riding, and choosing to wait for the next green light by slowing down and stopping on yellow. Because when you're the biggest and the fastest, you've got to be the safest, too. Together, we get there.
Psst, it's my favorite time of year. Lazy Boy's having a sale again.
Wow, I'm getting good at this.
The 4th of July sale. Save 30% off everything. Lazy Boy. Live life comfortably.
The Zags and Cougs are NBA bound. Welcome into sports. I'm Julian Minnesota. The NBA draft is in the books. A number of Gonzaga and Washington State players have taken their talents to the pros. Gonzaga's Julian Strawther was picked 29th overall by the NBA champion Denver Nuggets. For the 3rd straight year, a Zag has been picked in the first round of the draft. Strawther was a WCC first team selection and a finalist for the Julius Erving Award given to the best small forward in the country. Washington State center Mohamed Gay was drafted 39th overall by the Charlotte Hornets and then traded to the Atlanta Hawks, according to multiple reports. The 6'11" Gay was a first-team all-conference player in the Pac-12. He was also the Cougars team captain this past season. And Strawther's and Gay's futures are set, and Alex Crescenti joins us in studio to tell us how they will fare in the NBA. Alex.
Yeah, Julian, we'd assumed for a while Julian Strawther would be the first local guy selected this evening, but kind of a surprise to see him go there in the first round to the defending champs Nuggets. Now, we know Strawther is one of those players that is lethal from beyond the arc. You saw his heroics against BYU back in January, and then the shot that sent the Zags to the Elite Eight back in March. And while he's not going to start right away, that's safe to assume, there is a place for him on this team. Of course, you got the big men, Nikola Jokic, Aaron Gordon, and then there's Jamal Murray. He's a pretty good scorer himself, but they could really use an impactful wing player, and that's where Strawther is going to fit into that mold. Now, with Mohamed Gay, it's a little bit of a different situation. He may be viewed as more of a project at this point, still developing his game, but the upside could be huge for him. And as it stands right now, he is the tallest player on the Atlanta Hawks at 6'11", so that size and length could be big for them. But then again, the Hawks are in a strange place where they aren't really competitive, but haven't blown it up just yet. So the night ends with 2 local guys being selected, which isn't shocking in the grand scheme of things. Being undrafted isn't the worst outcome to happen to players. Just ask Austin Reeves there, Julian, right?
Yeah, one of my fan favorites. Now, the players who are not drafted still have a chance to make the NBA. They can sign an undrafted free agent contract or earn an invite to play in the NBA Summer League. That was the case for one Washington State Cougar. WSU's Justin Powell earned a Summer League invite from the Miami Heat, according to DraftExpress.com. The Summer League is for incoming players to show their skills in order to earn a spot on the team. Powell is a sharpshooter. He shot 42% from three-point range for the Cougars this past season. Now, Gonzaga's Drew Timme and Malachi Smith are still looking to be picked up by an NBA team. Timme was projected to be a borderline draft pick at best. Smith was not expected to be drafted tonight. Their futures should be solidified soon as teams, as I mentioned, are still looking to fill out their Summer League rosters. Now, there is a new face in charge of Eastern Washington Athletics. Tim Collins was officially introduced as the new athletics director at Eastern Washington University. Collins comes to Eastern from Fresno State, where he served as the associate athletics director for development. He brings more than 18 years of experience working in intercollegiate athletics. Collins is ready to hit the ground running in Cheney.
To be able to celebrate, especially with our student athletes, our coaches and staff, and then so many community members out here, that's significant. They've made our family feel welcome, and so we feel a part of it, and we're here. I kind of joked earlier, you know, the announcement was a week ago, and then today we celebrate the announcement. I like that we're still celebrating, but eventually it's going to be time to get to work.
Collins officially starts the role July 15th. And that'll wrap us up for sports.
Later tonight on Nightline, Titanic tragedy. All 5 passengers on the missing sub now presumed dead. Plus, interviews with legendary director James Cameron and Bob Ballard, the man who discovered the Titanic wreckage in 1985.
Download the 4 News Now app today. At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
If your checking account isn't earning you money, it's time to switch to bonus checking from Numerica. The account that earns an incredible 2% annual percentage yield. That could earn you up to $500 every year or more.
Hit the ground running in the most adventurous Honda vehicles yet. Like the Pilot and Passport Trail Sport, or the Ridgeline, made more rugged with better off-road performance, and more capable with different driving modes available to conquer snow, mud, and sand. Adventure on in a Honda for you. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Is it your day to water? Know if you are odd or even and be water-wise this summer.
Be advised, this is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to save 40 to 80% on a hot tub and swim spa Friday through Sunday. Major manufacturers and warehouses clearance of new 2023 inventory. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Over 100 hot tubs on display and everything must go. See the revolutionary swim spa. You can exercise, swim, and relax without the expense and maintenance of a pool. Hot tubs starting at $29.95. All inventory 40 to 80% off. 18-month interest-free financing. Trade-ins welcome. Free delivery. We'll even haul away your old hot tub. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Free admission. Free parking. Call 833-SPA-SALE.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
My advice to all the fathers out there, they grow up way too fast for you to waste even a single precious moment.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Well, some great news tonight. Hasbro reintroduced Furby today with a launch on Amazon to mark the toy's milestone anniversary.
Look so cute. Again.
They do. They came back stronger than ever. They're back in stores July 15th, and that could be good news or very bad news, depending on who you ask. But the 90s animatronic toy phenomenon was cute to some kids, but a source of great frustration, maybe fear to a lot of other parents. It didn't have an off button and would randomly just wake up from a silent slumber at all times of the day and night and just start talking. So the new Furby is still noisy, speaks gibberish, and dances, and it'll only cost you $70.
$70?
70. Yep. That's a steep price to be woken up by just a random alarm clock.
But so if you get wet, they turn into...
That's a gremlin.
Oh, yeah, I heard that. Oh, wait a minute. Oh.
I don't think that's a... I don't know. I missed the Furby
For working
craze.
in news, I'm very uninformed on that, so, yeah.
I will get out the Google.
Yeah, it'll make a good birthday present this year, so.
I'm in for it.
Yeah.
My kid's gonna want that.